Hello, everyone, and welcome to Station for Learning. Today, we will explore an important topic in educational policy studies, Policy Concepts by Jill W. Thomas. Understanding policy concepts is essential for educators, administrators, researchers, and policymakers because policies influence every aspect of education. Policies influence curriculum design and assessment practices. They also affect teacher recruitment and school governance. Jill W. Thomas provides a framework for understanding how policies are created, implemented, and interpreted within educational settings. Her concepts help us recognize that policies are not merely written documents, but dynamic processes shaped by people, institutions, and society. Let's begin by understanding what a policy is. A policy is a set of principles, guidelines, rules, or decisions designed to address specific issues and achieve desired goals. In education, policies provide direction for schools, teachers, students, and educational institutions. Examples include curriculum policies, assessment policies, teacher professional development policies, inclusion and special education policies, and technology integration policies. Policies are created to solve problems, guide actions, and ensure consistency across educational systems. According to Jill W. Thomas, policy should not be viewed simply as a written statement issued by authorities. Instead, policy is a complex social process involving multiple stakeholders, interpretations, and contexts. Thomas emphasizes that policies are continuously shaped through interactions among governments, institutions, educators, and communities. Her framework highlights several important policy concepts. The first concept is policy as text. Policy documents contain official statements, regulations, objectives, and expectations. These texts communicate what policymakers intend to achieve. Examples include national education policies, curriculum frameworks, and school rules and regulations. However, Thomas argues that policy texts are rarely interpreted in exactly the same way by everyone. Different individuals may understand the same policy differently depending on their experiences and contexts. Therefore, policy texts are not fixed instructions, they require interpretation. The second concept is policy as discourse. Discourse refers to the language, ideas, values, and assumptions that influence how people think about issues. Educational policies often reflect broader societal beliefs about quality education, accountability, equity, student achievement, and technology integration. When policymakers emphasize standardized testing, they may promote a discourse focused on measurable outcomes and accountability. Thomas explains that policies shape the way people understand educational problems and possible solutions. Another important concept is policy interpretation. Once a policy reaches schools, teachers and administrators interpret it according to their specific circumstances. Different schools may implement the same policy differently because of variations in resources, student populations, community expectations, and institutional cultures. This means policy implementation is not a simple process of following instructions. Instead, educators actively make sense of policies and adapt them to their realities. Implementation refers to putting policy into practice. Successful implementation depends on availability of resources, teacher training, administrative support, stakeholder involvement, and institutional readiness. Many policies fail not because the policy itself is poor, but because implementation challenges prevent intended outcomes. Therefore, policymakers must consider practical realities during policy design. According to Thomas, policies involve various policy actors. These include government officials, educational leaders, teachers, students, parents, and community members. Policy actors do not merely receive policies, they influence, negotiate, and reshape them. For example, teachers translate policy intentions into classroom practices, and their beliefs and experiences affect policy outcomes. One of Thomas's most significant contributions is emphasizing the importance of context. Policies do not operate in isolation. Their success depends on social, cultural, economic, and political environments. Factors affecting policy implementation include school culture, community values, available funding, political priorities, and technological